Good morning to you. It's another great day here in Central Virginia. Monday, October the 28th. Wow. We always look forward to being able to spend some time together in the area's only live local talk and entertainment show. It is Virginia this morning. Amy Lacey and I are proud to be your host. I'm Bill Bevins. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend.
Hello, sunshine. That's all of you out there and Mr. B right here.
Okay.
You can enjoy a variety of things right here on Virginia This Morning. We're the area's premier local entertainment show, and we enjoy meeting great people, learning about interesting things, and finding out what's new and exciting happening in and around Central Virginia. And I just want to say a big happy birthday to my little one at home. She turns 7 today, officially. 9:36 p.m. She will officially be 7, but we had a birthday party yesterday. We did a mad scientist theme at Mad Science costume party, hosted about 20 children. I think I've regained the hearing that I lost yesterday.
Oh, look at that photo.
She was Snow White, and we, the adults, were the 7 dwarfs.
Nice.
So we had a lot of fun with it.
Love it.
But I just can't believe it that my little one is already 7.
Now, so since her birthday's so close to Halloween, do you always dress up for the, kind of a primer?
We're at the dress up stage right now, since she's been little, and now up to 7, she still loves a good costume.
Yeah.
But she's in this thing where she will not be seen in the same costume for multiple occasions. So we have a lot of costumes at my house, all
Well, life
children's
requires
sizes.
a lot of costumes.
Yeah, it does. It does require a lot of costumes, but we always have a good time with it. But
right.
happy birthday, little bug. Oh my goodness, my life changed 7 years ago today.
Wow, and it's tonight is the actual
9:36 p.m. It's a moment I remember vividly.
Okay. Is that before her bedtime, or will she be up at 9?
I don't think she'll be up since
but
she
you'll be
has school
celebrating.
tomorrow. I will be celebrating.
Okay.
And with some quiet.
Yes, definitely. All right, folks, we always have a lot of fun and maybe a little quiet mixed in as we go through the day. We have a great lineup and some pretty interesting guests for you today. We hope you're going to enjoy them. We're going to talk with award-winning author and writing coach Stacey Hawkins Adams. She always shares our motivational topics on our Motivational Monday. Today, she's going to share how you can encourage and/or inspire you in quiet ways. See? That resonate loudly. We'll connect with her coming up about 10 minutes or so.
And our community partner, Virginia Home for Boys and Girls, is looking forward to their annual Band Together fundraiser, complete with live music and gourmet food. Lionel Bacon is the Vice President of Philanthropy, and he will share the details coming up in our second half hour.
And, of course, all good fundraisers also have great food, and Mosaic Catering and Events will lend their culinary talents for the Band Together fundraiser presented by the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls. John Lilly is in the Virginia This Morning kitchen, showcasing their signature shrimp and grits. That's coming up later on our live show. And of course, yes, we do have forks ready to go.
I mean, who doesn't want shrimp and grits on a Monday morning?
Go.
That is fantastic. Yeah. Well, the beauty of technology, too, is that from time to time, we have the ability to take the show on the road to interact with our community partners. Today, our Andreas White Murdaugh is coming to us live from the Children's Museum of Richmond to check out the brand new CBS 6 exhibit. Good morning, Andreas.
Good morning. Typically, I'm up the road with you, but I've come down Broad Street just a little bit to the Children's Museum of Richmond, and we're having a great time. We're right here in the CBS 6 studio, a new exhibit here at the museum. I've got a couple cool friends with me, including my sons, Dion and David's back here somewhere. They're helping me with my cue cards. And let me tell you, it is amazing, and it looks just like it does back home. We can see the production studio, the control room, the news desk, even the backyard weather center. And so we're having such a great time this morning. And who knows, we might even be training a few news anchors or lifestyle and entertainment hosts to be the next people in our seats. Well, we've had a good time, haven't we, guys? Oh yeah. Speaking of the backyard weather center, I'm going to send it over to the one and only Tom Patton. How's it going up the road?
Going great. Good to see you down there. I was wondering, is it completely finished?
Oh yes.
Okay, good.
Completely finished. It looks amazing and looks very realistic in here.
All right, terrific. Very nice, Andreas. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see it over there. And I hope they have a little bit of a representation, she said, of the Backyard Weather Center. So we'll be interested to see what they have there. All right, let's show you what's going on around here. We've got another bright start this morning. So the past 3 weekends have been great. They've been a little bit cooler each weekend, but this past weekend we finally had a few clouds. We haven't had those on a weekend in a while, and that's sometimes we'll have 10 weekends straight of rain or whatever, but this past weekend was still nice. And it's looking like next weekend may be okay too. All right, let's show you what's going on. Sunrise is beautiful. Look at that big bright sun right there, looking just like the star that it is. 48 degrees right now at the airport. We had a lot of areas at freezing this morning. We had a frost advisory and a freeze warning in some areas. Those, of course, are lifted now that it's past 9 o'clock. And temperatures are now in the 40s just about everywhere. A couple 30s remain. And we have a nice clear sky here. And high pressure is dominating for us. So what's going to start to happen pretty soon is we're going to start to warm up. Today will be about normal. 67 is about average for this time of year. And we'll start to see some warmer conditions. Tomorrow will be our first step that we take. Today we're looking at the 60s, and then overnight tonight probably the 40s again. So we'll take a pretty good step tomorrow into the 70s. And then as we go into Wednesday, we'll get close to 80, both Wednesday and Thursday. Now Thursday is Halloween, so it looks like it's going to be a very warm Halloween. But yeah, a couple more days here, and we'll, if you enjoy it, the warmer temperatures, I know I do. But anyway, there you go. All right, our next chance for showers. Well, we're dry this week, a few clouds at times, and we'll start to see a cold front coming through. Now, Thursday, Halloween, is going to be a warm day. This is 6 p.m., probably near trick-or-treat time, maybe partly cloudy conditions. And then we can see some showers to the west by Thursday, and we'll start to see that front move in our direction by Friday. That'll bring some cooler air with it and potentially some showers. We'll see. Doesn't look like a huge amount of rain, but at least it's potentially will be there. And then it looks like it'll bring some cooler conditions for next weekend. So a big warm up again, and then we'll kind of head back down a little bit next weekend. 67 today. There's the climb. 79 Wednesday, 81 on Thursday. The front will be Friday. I think we'll still squeak out some warm weather Friday, and a couple showers possible. And then Saturday into Sunday, we go back from daylight time back to Eastern Standard Time. So we fall back 1 hour, which means it's going to get dark earlier, but it's going to be light a little bit earlier in the morning. So there you go, 40s and 50s, and even one night in the low 60s. That's it. Virginia This Morning will continue right after this.
Happy Monday. Welcome to Virginia This Morning. We want to thank you for allowing us into your homes each weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. I'm Amy Lacey with Mr. Bill Bevins, calling you Mr. Bill Bevins because you are an authority figure who has earned respect in this studio.
If you say so. All right, folks, and if you happen to miss a day of our show, no worries. You can stay connected and get caught up by visiting our show website. It's virginiathismorning.com. You have access to our segments 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a lot of territory to cover, so let's get going.
If you're just tuning in, this is the time when we preview a few highlights from our live show, including coming up, Lionel Bacon from Virginia Home for Boys and Girls is here to share a preview of their annual Band Together fundraiser. We have those details still to come.
And John Lilly from Mosaic Catering, who we've always enjoyed. Mosaic Catering and Events do a great job, and they're here in the Virginia This Morning kitchen. They're taking part in the Band Together fundraiser. Today, their shrimp and grits is on the menu. Can't wait to enjoy an late breakfast, early lunch today.
And today is going to be a really sweet day around these parts and around the country because it is National Chocolate Day.
I thought chocolate, well, it's Halloween this week.
Yeah,
so
but I would think it would be around Valentine's Day, but I'm sure there's another chocolate holiday around then.
And of course, you can enjoy chocolate candy, chocolate cake, chocolate donuts, chocolate. Right now, here's a virtual recipe you can chocolate too.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
And right now we're going to send it back out to Andreas, who is on a fun assignment today. Hey, Andreas.
This segment is sponsored by Children's Museum of Richmond.
Good morning. I have the pleasure of being right down the road from the station at a place that looks just like the station. We're at the Children's Museum of Richmond, and I have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Danielle Ripperton, the executive director. It is a pleasure to be with you. This is more than exciting to see come to life.
It's so exciting. Thank you for coming down this morning. Thank you for making this possible. It's a really cool day at the Children's Museum.
That's right. Now, this is a new partnership between the museum, the Children's Museum of Richmond, and CBS 6. You have an incredible mission that impacts the community. Talk to us about the mission and this partnership.
Well, the mission of the Children's Museum is to inspire growth in all children by engaging families and learning through play. So this exhibit, this mini scale of what the news studio is that you go to work in every day, is a way for kids to interact. They can see what a news studio is like on the inside as opposed to on the camera when they see it at home on TV.
That's right. And these experiences, I remember coming to the Children's Museum of Richmond when I was young. And I remember specifically some of those exhibits, the hands-on learning that I did and the impact that it had on my career. I may or may not have had the opportunity to be in this very exhibit and look at where I am. So it is so important to be able to see yourself in these careers and maybe exposure to things you wouldn't normally see in the classroom.
Absolutely, and all the pieces that go into making a news segment are things that make the holistic picture happen, right? So this way kiddos can see that there is a production board and there's a camera and there's all these pieces in addition to the incredible person that they see on the screen.
That's right. Well, we're going to walk around and see these different areas because the meticulous detail, and I know the partnership between your team and our team truly brought it to life in a brand new way. And we're really excited to be able to see all of those assets. All right, so we're gonna walk on in. As you see right here, we're kind of in the foyer, and this is just behind the scenes where you see the folks who are writing, our folks that would be writing stories, and then we get into the actual studio. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the areas that are inside?
Oh, sure. So you come on in. Hello, friends. And you see all kinds of cool things. You have the control board, which can control the sound and the lights and all the pieces that are happening. You've got the cameras over here, which are pretty cool, right? Because then you get to see yourself on the screen. And then back here, you've got a green screen so that as we're doing the weather, what my friends are seeing is a green area, but the weather is actually being projected back there too. How cool is that?
How cool is that? So many different things that we get a chance to see right here, envisioning what this looks like. Now, for parents who are going to be bringing their child, there are ways, and you have even some literature that helps prepare parents for how to make the best of the experience.
Absolutely. One of the cool things that the Children's Museum has been working very hard on are these exhibit guides. So I've got one in Spanish and one in English, and they're little prompts. So as you're in an exhibit and you say, wow, what can I do with my kiddo that's going to expand their learning horizons in here? We're going to talk about it as play with the kiddos. But what are the things that we can do to talk together? What can we do to play together? And what are the things that we can explore both here and then when we leave the museum too?
Well, as a mother of littles who are running around here in the museum themselves, it is so important to give parents those new ideas as to how you can really foster learning through play. It's not just running around and having a good time. There's so much that they retain by learning, touching, feeling, being in the environment. All right, so you have so many programs here, not just this exhibit, but so many.
Yes, so there's always something happening at the Children's Museum of Richmond, whether it's coming to play on a regular basis in the exhibits, so the cool news studio and some of the other exhibits that we have here, but we also have weekly programming like Tutus and Ties on Tuesdays at 2. We have bilingual story time. We have all kinds of fun things so that kiddos can come in and have a dynamic experience every time they're here and come back to their fan favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to move over just a bit to the actual news desk, and I tell you, this is exactly what we see when we walk into the studio every day. Do you guys want to come and help us? You want to hang out with us?
All
Let's go right around this way. Now, We're inviting families to come. This is part of the main museum here that you can take advantage of all week long.
Yes, so Tuesday through Sunday, we're open from 9:30 to 5, and we love to have all the kiddos in the community come out and join us at the museum during those times.
That's right. Such a great opportunity, and there's opportunities to be a member and to come back time and time and time again.
Yes, oh, membership is so much fun because you get to come for free every time you come. After you have your membership, you get to come here at 2626 West Broad Street. You get to go to our Chesterfield location as well. And then you just get to have fun all year long, and members get special perks. So like this morning, we're typically closed to the public, but our member friends get to come and play from 9:30 to 11:30 to enjoy the brand new news studio.
There you go. What a way to kick off such an incredible exhibit. We are so proud to be part of this incredible environment and to know that what we do back at the station just up the road is making such an impact across our community. We can't wait to see all that will come of this exhibit, and we can't wait to be here pretty often to play ourselves. Thank you so much for being with us and for all that you do here at the museum.
Well, thank you all for making it possible. We really appreciate it.
Well, you heard it here, the Children's Museum of Richmond. We are in the brand new CBS 6 studio that's here where we can learn through play. So make sure you get out 2626 West Broad Street, Richmond, Virginia, and make sure that you visit the website, cmorva.org. You can also find them on social media. They're open Tuesday through Sunday, 9:30 to 5 p.m. Bring your children and your grandchildren, and make sure you get to enjoy the Children's Museum of Richmond. Thank you, Ms. Ripperton.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to break, but we look forward to seeing you here very, very soon.
Our Live Monday Morning Show. It is time to begin charting our course as we embark on a brand new week. Award-winning author and writing coach Stacey Hawkins Adams is here as we continue our Motivational Monday series. Hi, Stacey. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
I love today's topic so much because it's all about making a big impact quietly.
Yes.
What exactly is that?
You know, the way I think that we often think of it as the random acts of kindness, I want to counter it as do some good and don't get caught.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, as we go through our day, I was just thinking last week I was having a conversation with a friend, and she was sharing how someone left a nice gift on her desk, and she doesn't know who did it and how that made her feel. And that just made me think about the season we're in, with everything in the news and the election coming, and people are divisive and on different sides of things. But what if we kind of set that aside and tried to see each other's humanity and just did some good in the world? I know I've been in the line for some of my favorite coffee shops in the drive-through line, and I'll get to the window to pay, and the cashier will say, the person in front of you already paid for you. That's a random act of kindness we could do. It could be like what my friend received, leaving a note on someone's desk about something good they've done to help you or just what you think of them and not signing it. But I think we can find multiple ways to do that.
I think that is so special. We're entering the holiday season too. A lot of folks do that secret Santa type of activity in an office or in their families, but why do you even have to wait that long? Let's get it started right now.
Exactly. We don't think about like the small things we do, smiling at a stranger, saying thank you, or telling someone you like the dress they have on, or I like, the color of your eyes. Something small like that might be just the thing that other person needs to make their day. We don't always know someone's full story. And also by doing these small acts of kindness, doing the good, and maybe not even letting the person know you're doing it, we're also creating a ripple effect of goodness. And we think that sometimes the small things we do don't matter, but our pebbles do matter. Those pebbles do create ripples in the pond.
I love that you go through the drive-through and somebody has paid for your drink. That has happened to me before, and it really just uplifts your day. And then I paid for the next person, and then I'm hoping that person paid for the next person.
Right.
So it really is very contagious, that doing a good deed and that feeling of joy, and we can spread that through communities pretty easily.
Very easily. Even the people that we think don't need it sometimes. I was reading something that a friend had written on her social media page about a celebrity that she had interviewed interacted with. She ran into this lady in the grocery store, and very well-known celebrity, very well off, and she says to this woman, "You've inspired me so much with your work, I want to pay for your groceries." And the celebrity was like, "You know I'm rich, right?" And she's like, "Yes, but you've enriched me. Yep. So I want to do this act of kindness for you." So even folks that we think, oh, they've got it all together, you really never know, so we can be thoughtful with them as well.
And you know, I think that this type of sentiment is even more powerful now in this social media world that we're living in, that is, as soon as someone does anything, it ends up on social media, and you're often always thanking yourself or putting yourself out there that, look at this wonderful thing that I did. But this is a way that nobody has to know that it was even you, and it's so powerful.
I think it's even better if people don't know if it's you. Even if we just do that for 1 week, even if we just decide this week we're going to sprinkle kindness, we're going to do things that we normally might have let someone know we were doing for them because we wanted them to know we cared. Let's do it anonymously. Let's do some good and not get caught, and just watch the ripple effect in that person's life, in the lives around us. Maybe some good will come back to us in unexpected ways, because I do believe that's how karma works as well.
And you know, I do think that it's a matter of, too, that you don't have to it doesn't have to cost anything.
Right.
You don't have to necessarily pay for someone's drink or buy someone's groceries, but it can be something as simple as, something I found is that if you are going through a retail line and the cashier was especially helpful and bubbly, say something to the manager, say that person was great. Absolutely. And that can really impact their day, so that it can just be these small little ways to be kind to someone.
Right. I was in a dressing room a couple of weeks ago picking up an outfit for something that I have coming up, and a mother was in there buying a dress for her son's wedding, and she just, you know, there were 3 of us that she didn't know, and she randomly said, "Can you all help me?"
Yeah.
And we spent 30 minutes, you know, giving her our feedback on the dresses. Whether she chose those dresses or not, it made her feel good. It made her have some camaraderie in that moment.
I like to think of it as sort of always having your antennas activated, that you can pick up on these signs when somebody really needs it.
Yes.
And that individual, a special time in her life, that was huge for her. So you were kind to her. And I guess if we just pay a little more attention to it, we can always find those opportunities.
I think we can. I'm a person that looks at eyes. You can often see, like they say, the eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yes.
If the eyes aren't smiling, the heart often is not smiling.
Yep.
Or the lips might be smiling, but the eyes may not. So look at people's eyes, and if you don't see the smile reaching the eyes, maybe that's a moment for you to be a little bit extra kind that day.
Well, I think that you have given us so much inspiration today, a motivational Monday to go on out there and make someone's eyes smile today and for the rest of the week. Thank you, Stacey. It is always wonderful having you here, and we look forward to next time already.
Thank you.
And Stacey Hawkins Adams sends out weekly Motivational Monday emails. If you're interested in subscribing, you know you are. Just visit StaceyHawkinsAdams.com. There's so much more Virginia This Morning coming up. We have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back to Virginia This Morning. We are proud community partners with Puritan Cleaners and the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Remember, you can join us November 9th at the Diamond for the ballpark warming party that celebrates coats for kids. There will be live music and fun for everyone. We'll be collecting and connecting your donations of gently used coats that will be cleaned, repaired if necessary, and distributed this season to children and families who need them. Mark your calendar again. The ballpark warming party is Saturday, November 9th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It is in the parking lot of the Diamond there on Arthur Ashe Boulevard.
It's next weekend, not this weekend.
Not this coming weekend, the next weekend.
Okay.
So mark your calendar.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's find out more about an event presented by Richard Bland College of William and Mary.
This segment is sponsored by Richard Bland College of William and Mary.
This is some exciting news. The Region 10 NJCAA Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament is coming to Richard Bland College of William and Mary. Joining us this morning with all the details is Stephanie Champagne, head volleyball coach, and Sean Dryden, the associate head volleyball coach at Richard Bland. Great to have you both here.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Also have to say congratulations. Talk to us a little bit about this tournament.
Well, this tournament's going to feature the top 8 teams in our region, all battling for the title of Region 10 champion. Right now, it's the one step closer to get us to punch our tickets and make it to nationals, which is in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We're excited for it. We have a young team. We have 12 freshmen and 3 returners, but it's been tremendous growth this season. It's been exciting to be a part of it.
Tell us about your season. I mean, you've just been on a roll.
Oh, we're having fun. The girls buy in and they enjoy what we're doing, and it's been great.
Well, Sean, the two of you, what folks out there may not know is that you are a husband-wife team, and you coach as a husband-wife team. What is that experience like?
It's a one-of-a-kind kind of thing. We get to coach together, obviously. It's been a lot of fun while doing it. The big perk is we kind of get to talk about stuff at home as well as on the road, while most coaches don't kind of get that flexibility. They either kind of have to turn it off at night, send a text message. Rather than us, we can do it right away rather than waiting till the next day.
Well, Stephanie, a lot of accolades are due, and I just want to read these. I want to make sure that I get these right. Okay, so you won the National Volleyball Championship for D2 junior colleges in 2022, which was your first year at Richard Bland. The second year, you were ranked 7th in the nation and placed 2nd in the nation in beach volleyball with a top 5 ranking this year. It's so impressive. What do you bring to the table, and just, what do you owe all of that success to?
Well, I think it's what we bring to the table. We love what we're doing. You can't burn us out on volleyball. I mean, this is our passion and we enjoy it. Yeah, I think it's a lot of just a team package.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean, is there anything that you can add about just this great season and all of the accolades that, I mean, you're really making a name for Richard Bland in this way?
Stephanie has great structure with the program. It's easy for all the girls to buy into it. She creates a fun atmosphere where they're all able to kind of just let loose, be themselves, and just let kind of the growth happen naturally.
Do you think a lot of folks know about the volleyball at Richard Bland?
I don't, and I think that's what's going to make it exciting if they can make it out to this region tournament. I think that they'll get to see our high level of play, but also what kind of volleyball is at a 2-year college.
I mean, that's spectacular, and is that why they should come on out there, really just to see the action? Because many people maybe haven't seen volleyball, gone to a match before.
Yes, I mean, these teams are all going to be battling, knowing it could be their last match of their season, and there's a lot on the line. I mean, a trip to nationals is in the potential future.
Well, that is exciting. So who are these players? Are they from all over the country, or are many of them local?
We have a mix of players from local and around the country. I mean, California, Tennessee, South Dakota, North Carolina. So we have a mix of everyone. The big reason why they want to come is they want to be a part of a nationally ranked program. They get the opportunity to play indoor and beach volleyball for a competitive program that kind of just opens up a lot of doors for them. We help them with the recruiting process as well. So after their time here, we make sure they get to a good home.
Well, Stephanie, Sean, this is incredible. We thank you for coming here to Virginia this morning, and congratulations on this. This is just exciting, and we love what you're doing for Richard Bland.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Such a great conversation and such a great event. Join Richard Bland College of William and Mary for the NJCAA Region 10 Volleyball Championship happening November 1st and 2nd, beginning at noon. For more information, give them a call at 804-862-6100, extension 8544, or visit the RBC Athletics website. Connect with them on social media as well. Virginia This Morning returns after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. If you're looking for something fun to do this Friday, mark your calendars. The Virginia Home for Boys and Girls is hosting their annual Band Together fundraiser. Along with fun, you'll enjoy some specialty drinks and gourmet food.
And a little bit later on, we're going to jump into the kitchen with our friend John Lilly from Mosaic Catering and Events, who's going to be taking part in the fundraiser and smelling really good over there, too.
It is.
But first, we are going to talk with Lionel Bacon, the Vice President of Philanthropy at the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls. He's going to tell us about the organization and this year's event. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. This year's event is going to be special like they all have been in the past, but the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls is an incredible organization. We've been around approaching 180 years, and in a nutshell, we serve youth. Through a variety of programs on our campus, through school, through therapy, through group homes, through transitional living, 18 to 25. We've been around for a long time, and we're proud of what we do.
It is just incredible, and you're having this fundraiser, and this is really a way that folks can come in and see who you are and who you help.
Absolutely. We'll have testimonies that night, kind of on film, but just sharing some of the amazing stories. You know, I could go on for days and days just about how much of an impact we have. We are literally changing kids' lives right off Broad and Parham.
Lionel, you mentioned that it's 180 years. Obviously, that goes way back in time. And the mission at the beginning would have been something that was something 180 years ago. It's not a thing anymore. Started as an orphanage, right?
It did. And I came up with this phrase in the last couple days because if you think about it, our age, we're older than a lot of the legendary nonprofits that are out there. But we put kids first, so we last.
Very good. That's good.
In a nutshell.
Well, and you know, I think about it too, and I just got some goosebumps when you say that because, you know, you're not only helping kids today, but you are helping kids really 50 years from now, 100 years from now, because the investment that you make on October 28th, 2024 is going to be lasting into generations to come.
It is. We again, we do amazing work, and we're hoping that people will come out and support us and party with a purpose. The party is going to be fun. Our
Band
goal,
Together is the name of it.
It is.
Yeah.
Our goal is that when you walk in visually and just your soul and everything, but the kid in you just really lights up, and you're ready to party for kids.
Well, let's talk about the party because we're going to have, we mentioned the gourmet food, some specialty drinks, a great band called
Dance Candy.
Dance Candy.
You can't beat
Two of my favorite things, dancing and candy, yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's at the Dewey Gottwald Center, which for folks who don't know that's that beautiful space right behind the museum, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Right there, literally right behind the Science Museum. Plenty of parking right behind it. And from the time you get out of your car and walk into our event, from the food, the music, we'll have glow items. Some of our staff are going to have light up shoes, guitars that blink, glasses. It's going to be a blast.
And you know, if that isn't enough to get you there, I mean, let's talk about this food and drink too, because this is a night where your taste buds will be very happy with you.
Absolutely. We partner with Mosaic, who really works magic. And chances are, if you've been to a big event around town, you've been to a Mosaic event. And we're blessed to have the opportunity, again, to just partner with them and just kind of turn the keys over to them and for them to create the magic. So from the time you walk in, there will be a special feeling and a special memory and a special cause. I mean, you're partying with a purpose, and all that partying and all the fun goes back to the bottom line, which is changing the lives of youth.
So, did he answer your question that you asked him when it's Lionel Bacon? Your question
I said,
was,
what's shaken bacon?
And now we know.
We know what's shaken Lionel Bacon.
Lots of fun.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great party, great band, great food, and a fantastic cause. That we mentioned, and I want to hit that again, 180 years, evolving, changing with the times, meeting the needs that kids have now, and obviously that's going to keep going into the future.
It is. One of the things that's helped us be successful is that we're agile. Our goal and our bylaws and our mission when we started has changed because the needs of the community has changed. And so we've been very agile, but we've also had very generous sponsors. And if I could take 2 seconds to name Heartwood, Jan Pro, Keller Williams, Richmond West, Synergy Technical, Crown Automotive, and CBS. You guys have been incredibly generous, including this, giving us a platform to share this.
Well, she started with Shake and Bake, and I'm going to finish with Lionel's moving on down to tracks.
There we go.
Best of luck with
that was good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls presents their annual Band Together fundraiser this Friday, November 1st from 6:30 until 10 p.m. at the Dewey Gottwald Center, 2301 West Lee Street, right here in Richmond. For more information, just visit our website at virginiathismorning.com.
And folks, when we come back from the break, John Lilly is going to walk us through the steps of creating Mosaic's famous shrimp and grits. We'll be right back. All right, we've been waiting all morning. It's finally time to eat. John Lilly represents Mosaic Catering and Events here in the Richmond area. And as Lionel said a minute ago, if you've been to an event in Richmond, you've had Mosaic. It is fantastic. And they are lending their culinary talents for the Band Together fundraiser presented by the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls.
The Southern staple of shrimp and grits is on the Virginia This Morning menu this morning, as well as some more favorites.
Don't forget the chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles, too.
Also, the Southern classic chicken and waffles.
Oh, we gotta love that. So let's take it away here with what you're doing there. Is that some andouille?
Sure, exactly. So what we have is andouille sausage for this, which is the real flavor booster of the shrimp and grits.
Okay.
So I'll get this heated up and then throw in some shrimp with that, as well as this here, which was kind of a pepper, garlic, onion chutney.
Sounds good to me.
Is another pop of flavor that's going to all saute
And
together.
more cheese, please. There's cheese for the
Well, that's going to be a topping, but if you'd like to put it in there, we can all throw it in there.
Well, we'll work on it.
Sure. Okay. And then, of course, we have our grits here that are all ready to go. But starting with a first few things while this is heating up, we do have our tomato soup grilled cheese shooter over
You said
here.
that. I mean, I said a flight of soup. What else do you want in the fall?
Sorry,
or
but I
winter?
think for a flight you need to have maybe a butternut squash soup, but for this one,
It's for kids, tomato soup.
Exactly.
Everybody loves a grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Yes,
It takes you
and-
back to those days at, Grandma's house or something.
Exactly. But I don't think what Grandma did was make their grilled cheese with the pimento cheese.
No, probably not.
Well, wait
that's
a minute.
what we end up doing.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah?
Bill's
On Grandma.
did.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not for everyone's grandma,
Okay.
right? So what we've done here with the grilled cheese as well is use a mayo instead of using butter for this. Adds a little bit more flavor to it. And we'll get that chopped up and resting on here in just a moment. Now, thank you so much, Bill. I appreciate that.
Bill.
It took a little while for this pan to get going.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So then over here we also have our chicken and waffles. Need to get those ready.
Those smell so good.
Oh yeah. Well, just wait till we get the fried chicken on there.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how fried chicken is for breakfast for y'all, but we can do it any time of the day.
I
Right?
have had chicken and waffles.
This is
for
second breakfast.
before, so, yeah.
Well, for your second breakfast then, let's get some syrup on your chicken and waffles. You need to get on both layers, otherwise it just kind of soaks in, right?
You're being very generous with it.
You have to be, especially since this
chicken
is
on
a
top, yeah.
oh yeah, since this is a bourbon syrup.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
a little generous, right?
Very nice.
So after I get these stacked, what I'm going to do is hit them one more time with some of this syrup. Oh yeah. Well, if it's runny, then you really need to let it run, right?
Yeah, and you have to let it soak in really,
Of course,
really well.
yeah. So then with these skewers, I'm going to put this right in here just so they stay on top.
So you don't get your fingers all sticky.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this is going to be a big event where people are meeting and greeting, and you don't want to have some dirty fingers when you go up to shake someone's hand. So these paddle skewers are going to be a big help for that. And then there we are. So we have these little vessels over here that we can put those on.
Delicious. Would you like me to do that?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
I would love
Thank you
to
so
help
much.
out. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
And I love that you called it a little vessel because that's really what it is.
Isn't that adorable?
Would you like me to put them up here?
Please, yes, ma'am.
There we go.
So then we have some shrimp
is
we're
a
going to
team
throw in here
effort.
too. Right. You can give that a
I'm
stir
gonna
for
keep
me.
stirring?
Thank
Okay.
you so much. Wonderful. So for our other tomato soup shooter, all we do is gently pour it in. But the trick here is to not hit the sides, otherwise it gets a little messy. No one likes it messy, right? It's running on the sides. Unfortunately, I haven't showed you what not to do. Look at that.
Well, I would do that. I'll do the what not to do. What is not to do?
Well, to not to do is if you drop in the tomato soup and you get a drop on the side, it just doesn't look crisp or clean, right? So
a little
That's why chefs always use the, always with the rag going around.
I know.
You gotta make it look
cleaning
perfect.
it up.
Absolutely. So now I'm getting, just like your bartender would do for your limes, put a little slice in that.
That's a heavy sandwich. When you first did that, I'm going, that's going to tip that over, but it didn't.
No.
That's because it has the perfect cut, the
Exactly.
slit.
Right in
there.
the center. Keep it balanced.
Balance.
So that looks almost good to go. I'm going to throw a little bit of this in there just to spice it up
You said
some.
it's garlic and tomatoes?
Garlic, it is sauteed onions, and then some pepper, too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. So
that's
it's a little sweet, a little heat. So the next item we're going to get started, now we have these out,
Yes.
is the shrimp and grits.
Okay.
Excuse me over here, Bill. Let me
Go
get
ahead.
this set here, just out of our way.
Push me out of the way if you need to.
I would never dare. So, this is what we're going to use for our vessel for the shrimp and grits today.
Now,
First,
is
you
there
have
cheese in those grits?
there
Not
is,
yet.
but not enough. That's why we brought
enough.
more.
There you go.
Yeah.
More cheese, please, as you said.
And then here is the sauce that we're going to use.
And the sauce is?
So the sauce is something of a bechamel. So it's a cream sauce. Yeah. Yeah. And then a little bit of this in there.
A little andouille, a little shrimp.
Yeah. And top it off nicely.
Wow.
And then with some of our toppings over here, you can take whatever you like. We have some chives to sprinkle in. You got to have the garnish, right?
Sure.
Of course.
It just makes it look beautiful. And you have to eat your colors. So with the green in there, you have, you know,
there's your vegetables.
There's your vegetables.
Right. So there's a completed look for you right there.
Perfect.
And we have some spoons over here. Should anyone, you know, want to try this?
I mean, if you insist, I'm happy to. Look at Bill.
Help yourself, please. Don't let me stop you.
The show's over in a little while, folks. We got to keep moving here. And I'm actually not going to do the shrimp. I will get some of that andouille and that sauce.
Oh, help yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got some of this here.
The event itself now, is this the exact menu you're going to have, or do you change it up when we get there?
Well, they are using some different vessels for theirs, but I thought this would be appropriate for the studio.
Yeah.
Once we get there on site, we're going to have more items than just these three. So we're also having some sliders. The dessert selection is going to be some cotton candy, some cookies. Very carnival-esque.
Candy?
Yeah, very rainbow, very childhood wonder.
Young and young at heart, which is fabulous.
Exactly. So that's the goal. Of course, I'm not going to tell you everything that's on the menu. You're going to have to come to find out.
Yeah, try it out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why does Mosaic love partnering with organizations like this to make their vision become a reality for that special occasion?
Because we are among the most creative caterers in the Central Virginia area.
I can testify to that. Yeah.
And that's what we like to do. That's what we enjoy doing. So when we have the opportunity to do that with anyone, we're going to jump at the opportunity. And with Lionel, who came to us to get this together. A fork?
Oh, there it is.
You need a spoon for your grits, Bill.
Good. All right, we're going to take a little break here, folks, and then, you know, we can work our way down the table to the waffles. And
we can have all the courses today.
Pimento cheese and tomato soup, and it's going to take us a while to get through all of that. In the meantime, the Band Together fundraiser presented by the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls is Friday, November 1st. That's this Friday, 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. Dewey Gottwald Center, 2301 West Lee Street, right behind the Children's Museum. We'll be right back. Well, we may not. We might just eat ourselves out.
Virginia This Morning is where you can go for more details. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. We are almost at the end of today's show. Finishing up in the kitchen with John Lilly from Mosaic Catering and Events. I've been enjoying my grilled cheese and tomato soup right here. So good.
Very nice. Their shrimp and grits was this morning's featured dish, and we've been obviously, you know, trying it, testing it. You know,
we have to do it to make sure that it's okay for the event that's coming up. Because you are going to be where on November 1st?
We are going to be at the Dewey Gottwald Center.
Yeah.
Right.
John, if a group decides, and they should, to have Mosaic come do their event, if I wanted something just off the scale, just like weird, whatever dishes I want, can you do that?
Oh, anything. For the American Heart Association, we just did a Studio 54 theme for them, where disco everywhere. We had sparkles, bedazzles, you know, some edible glitter in the drinks. Have an island-themed wedding coming up here in December. So we can make anything happen. All you have to do is ask. And only boundary is imagination.
All right. And speaking of making anything, Amy pointed this out, which I did not notice. This pumpkin over here.
Fantastic. It was the crackers that gave it away because it looks just like a pumpkin.
It's
a cheese ball.
Get out.
Pimento cheese ball.
A pimento cheese.
Oh yeah.
Wow. You are making
You and I are going to be really good friends. Pimento cheese. I love pimento cheese, so that's kind of my thing. This is an amazing setup here. The waffles and the chicken and the tomato soup and the special sauce that went on the grits. And the whole thing comes together. I know it took planning. I know it took effort. I know it took test tries. But it all works. The sandwiches are great, too.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's really for a good cause, too. This is for the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls. This is coming up on Friday, their annual fundraiser. And it's just a really, really special time for the community to come together. And I think a lot of this food is whimsical. As you said, it's the childhood wonderment. So this is a great way. I mean, who doesn't love grilled cheese and tomato soup?
Come on now, tomato soup, it's great. Thank you all for joining us today. Thanks to all our guests today, including John Lilly from Mosaic Caring and Events, Lionel Bacon from the Virginia Home for Boys and Girls, our friend Stacy Hawkins Adams with our Motivational Monday, and the seasoned mom, of course, she is that too, and the Children's Museum of Richmond. Andreas was out there and had a lot of fun.
We are so excited to be a partner with them now. Go check out the CBS 6 exhibit at the Children's Museum of Richmond.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, we appreciate you, our friends and viewers of the show, too. You join us each day morning. The last Smooth Day Tuesday show is tomorrow. That's of the month, and we hope to see you then. It starts at 8:56. We'll probably still be eating then.
You got a lot of food.